You're not weak. Your brain is trying to save you in the wrong way. Have you ever found yourself in a dangerous situation, suddenly freezing, unable to act? It's not because you lack courage. It's a natural response of your body. Freeze response today. We'll explain why your brain makes you freeze when danger is near, and why that's not always a helpful reaction. What is freeze response? Freeze response is one of the three main reactions to danger: fight, flight, and freeze. When you face danger, your brain activates an automatic protection system, and freezing is one of the most natural responses your body can have. Why? Because your brain can't decide whether to fight or run right away, so it chooses to freeze to assess the situation. Why does the brain choose to freeze? Freeze response is a protective measure in dangerous situations, especially when you can't run or fight back against the attacker. When your brain senses danger, it activates maximum stress narrowed attention, focusing only on the immediate threat, heightened concentration on what matters most. Why is standing still protective? When you freeze, you become harder to notice. It's a natural camouflage mechanism, like a wild animal hiding in the forest. This helps you avoid the predator's attention, at least for a few seconds. Freeze. An ancient response. Freeze response isn't something new. It originates from ancient times when humans faced real threats like wild animals or predators. When you couldn't run or fight back, standing still was the only way to avoid detection. Your brain activates the freeze response to give you time to assess and decide. However, in the modern world, this response can be problematic, especially when facing threats you could either run from or fight back against. How freeze can be a hindrance. While freeze response is a natural reaction, it can make you feel paralyzed in some situations. You can't move, you can't react, and as a result, you lose the opportunity to escape. The main reason this happens is that your nervous system is frozen. Your body can't send signals quickly, so you can't run, you can't fight, and sometimes, you can only stand there watching as things unfold. Freeze response in modern situations. In modern society, freeze can still appear in situations like encountering an attacker on the street, witnessing an accident or violence, being in a dangerous situation with no way out. The issue is that if you're unaware that you're freezing due to a natural response, you might feel out of control and unable to defend yourself. However, understanding this response helps you prepare mentally and know how to handle it when a real situation occurs. How to break the freeze response. If you understand freeze response, you can manage it. Here are a few ways to break out of freezing when you're in danger. 1. Maintain awareness. Always try to stay aware of your surroundings. The more aware you are, the more likely you are to break free from the freeze response and act. To breathe deeply when you feel yourself freezing. Take deep breaths. Focusing on your breath helps increase oxygen to your brain and stimulates movement. 3. Keep action reflexes. Active practice quick action reflexes. Make it a habit to move immediately when you sense any sign of danger. Practice mental realism. Practice mental self-defense in safe situations. Simulate a dangerous scenario and train how to react without freezing. This helps you respond faster when the real thing happens. Improve your response. Mental self-defense. Freezing isn't a sign of weakness or lack of courage. It's just how your brain tries to protect you. But once you understand it, you can control it and take charge of the situation. Everyone can learn to manage freeze response. The issue isn't whether you'll freeze or run. The issue is recognizing when you need to act. Freeze response can be your greatest enemy in dangerous situations. But by understanding it and practicing action reflexes, it's the only way to protect yourself. If you want to learn more about other self-defense reactions, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for the latest videos. This translation keeps the same level of professionalism and educational tone, ideal for a YouTube-style self-defense video. Let me know if you need any adjustments.